Like I said, we're starting by having a seat. I want you to be comfortable. If kneeling is more comfortable, kneel. I'm going to be crossing my legs. It's comfortable for me. I also like to sit on a block, but you might prefer sitting on the floor. We want to start by bringing our shoulders up, back, and down. You want them to slide back down your back. Hands, they are on your lap, either palms down or palms up. That is a personal preference. Eyes can close or the gaze is off your cheekbones. We begin settling in. Bring your attention to your breath. Feel your inhale through your nose. Feel your exhale. Release all the way to the bottom of your belly. As you inhale, breathe into your diaphragm, your ribs, your chest. As you exhale, breath releases down to the bottom of your belly. As you inhale, feel your spine lengthen, get taller. As you exhale, feel the grounding of your glutes into the mat, the block. Take one more full inhale, full exhale. At the end of your breath, eyes can open, hands meet heart center. With an inhale, reach up. Hands, heart center, exhale. 2 more times. Reach up, inhale. Hands, heart center, exhale. 1 more time. Here's your inhale up. Hands, heart center. Release your hands by your side. Sweep your left arm up, side stretch to the left. Release left arm down, sweep the right arm up. Here's your side stretch. Release your right hand down. Take a gentle twist to the right. Hands come to the outside of your thigh. Sit up tall, gentle twist. And now you take it to the other side. Gentle twist right here. Bring yourself to center. Hands are on your thighs. Seated cow-cat. We lift our chest to the ceiling. Drop your chin to your chest, round through your spine. We do this again. Lift your chest open. Drop your chin to your chest, round through your spine. Exhale. 1 more time. It's your lift up. And then release, bring it down. We sit up tall right here. Now I'm going to set my block to the side. We're coming into our bound angle pose. I like to have my hips low on this one. Bottoms of the feet come together. We're going to start by adding a little lean forward. So feet might be a little further, they might be in closer. Take a lean forward here. And then lift up, sit up tall, take your hands behind your back, lift your chest, open up, lift your chest towards the ceiling. We do that 1 more time. You're gonna lean to the front, wherever it's comfortable for you, This time, walk your hands to the right, give yourself a little side stretch. Fingertips walk back to the center, and now off to the other side. Bring your hands to center. Sit up tall, bring your hands behind your back one more time. Here comes the lift of your chest. Get a little taller. Sit up tall, hands are on your thighs. Take little circles here. Think of them torso circles. We're circling through the upper body, around in one direction. And now we take it around in the opposite direction. From here, we bring ourselves onto our hands and knees. We start with our cow cat. Bring yourself up and through. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. From here, you would drop your belly. There's your inhale. Then gently pull your belly up, drop your hips, drop your head. Take a few of these at your pace. You are taking the move where it fits your body best today. Working with your breath as you inhale and exhale. When you finish your next one, let your hips slide back into a child's pose. Wherever that is for you. You might feel better keeping your child's pose high. You might like to take your child's pose down low. We return to all fours right here. We're going to stretch out our wrists real quick. That means you're going to take your fingertips to the side of your mat. Check it out. See how the stretch feels for your wrist. You can always take it back further. Maybe you can take your fingertips towards your knees. Not appropriate for everybody. It is you know what works. You know what doesn't. When you finish that, we're taking the hand, flipping it over to stretch our wrist in the opposite direction. Be careful here. It's just a gentle stretch for your wrist, your forearm. Switch, take it on the other side. And then bring it back here. Wrists are still underneath your shoulders. We take one leg behind, press through the heel, give yourself a big stretch back of the leg. Feel the stretch down through the calf. You're going to lift the leg, it's hip height here. Add some hip circles. That means you're going to bend the knee, take the knee up and around so we can work through our hip joint. I want you to feel the hip come up and around. You're going to take one more hip circle and then press your foot out behind you. There's the pushback. Hold it here, add some ankle circles. We're going to move through our ankles in one direction, and now you take it in the opposite direction. Set this leg down. We have the other side. Start with the foot down on the floor. Stretch through the back of the leg. There's your calf stretch. Now we lift the leg, hip height, that's as high as it needs to go. Here comes hip circles, bend the knee, bring it up and around, and think about movement through the hip joint. We're making little hip circles here as you take the leg up and around. When you finish the next one, push the leg out behind. Once you're steady there, add your ankle circles, one direction. And now ankle circles. in the opposite direction. Bring the foot down here. Lift one arm up to the side. We're going to thread the needle. I want to give you a little stretch through the back of your shoulder. Maybe you stay up high here. If it works to go down lower, you can take it down lower. Start bringing yourself up. We have the other side to go. Your arm goes out to the side. We thread the needle, slide the arm under. Now you find a comfortable spot for you. You can stay high, you can keep it low. Bring yourself back up to all fours. Take one more cow cat. And then we're going to go ahead, bring ourselves down into our forearms. I'm going to have us do a dolphin pose. Now you could stay here, otherwise you would tuck your toes, lift your hip, press your forearms into the mat and lift up right here. You're more than welcome to walk your feet in closer, but remember, you're going to pick the version that works for you today. Let your knees come back down. Child's pose. You might want to sweep your arms back from lifting up in your dolphin. Relaxing your shoulders, your neck. And from here, we go right into our Sphinx pose. You can bring your arms back out to the front. Walk your feet out behind. Here comes Sphinx as you reach your top of the head away from your toes. You're going to release down right here. We're taking it into our locust. Start with the upper body first. Fingertips reach to your toes. Top of the head reaches away. Legs come up if it feels okay for you. Hands are by your rib cage. Roll your shoulders back. Here comes your cobra, high or low. Once you're there, let's stretch our neck. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left. Maybe you do that one more time. And then gently release yourself down. Press back into your child's pose. From child's pose, we're taking our plank pose. You're going to ground down through your hands. Here comes the lift into your plank. Check in with your breath. Downward dog, lift your hips, press back. Bring yourself to all fours. And we're taking a lunge here to stretch out our hips. Right foot is coming to the front. Here comes the lift up. Now your choice right here. Maybe you keep your foot flat. Maybe you tuck your toes under. Release your arms down. We're going to take it to the other side. Take the opposite leg to the front. Fingertips go up when you're ready. Bring your arms down. We're going to go right into standing. I'm going to take you right from this lunge position. Bring yourself up. Once you get up, we are going to stand. You have the choice here. Now, you could keep your heels under your hips. That's going to give you a wider base. You could also take it's big toes together, a little space between your heels. So whichever one feels better, more challenging the closer your legs are together. Take your hands to heart center to start. Now I want you to lift your toes and feel your feet ground down into your mat. You're going to lift up through your thighs. Here comes the inhale. Now when you reach up, we're going to keep our hands up right here. Clasp your hands. Flip your palms towards the ceiling. Staying up tall, take a lean to the right. Bring it to center, take a lean to the left. Return to center. We add a twist. Hips stay to the front, you twist to the right. You twist to the left. Bring it to center. Let your hands come right to your thighs. It's a half forward fold. Right here, hips press back. There's your forward fold. Feel a nice stretch through the back of your body. Remember, knees have a little softness to them. Now you're taking an inhale, reach up. Big inhale, reach up. Hands clasp at the top. Flip the palms towards the ceiling. Add a lean to the left. Center, add your lean to the right. Right here, you're gonna let your hands open up, palms can be up, and now we add a twist to the right. Center, add your twist to the left. Bring it back to center. This time, clasp your hands behind your back. Lift your chest open, and now forward fold with your hands behind your back. So here comes that forward fold. Remember, softness in your knees as you lift. With an inhale, reach all the way back up. Big inhale up. Here's your forward fold, half or full, wherever it feels good for you. Think rib cage connects to your thighs if you go down. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And now reach all the way up to standing. Hands, heart center. We're going right into our warrior one pose here. You would take your right foot to the front or step your left foot back, depending where you are on your mat. Once you have your legs set up, take your hands up. Here comes your warrior one. Check in, connect with your breath. Open your arms to the side. Keep your warrior one legs. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to sweep our arms up again, and this time straighten the front leg, and then hands, heart center, bend, and bring it back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Reach up, inhale, hands, heart center, settle into your warrior one. Exhale. One more time. Reach up, inhale. Hands, heart center, exhale. Keeping your hands at heart center, you're going to straighten your front leg. Here comes your intense side stretch pyramid. Pull the right hip back, add your lean forward. Big stretch for the hamstring. Hands can stay at heart center. If you want to reach down your leg, feel free to do that. Think length here. I don't care how low you go. It's more about getting that stretch through the back of the right leg. With an inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Step back to the top of your mat. And we take it on the other side. Here it comes. Right foot goes back. Once you have your feet set up for warrior one, fingertips reach up. Check in with your breath. Arms open to the side. Hands are at heart center right here. Reach your arms up, straighten the front leg. There's your inhale up. Hands, heart center. Exhale. Here's your inhale, reach up. Hands, heart center. Exhale. One more time. Here's your inhale up. Hands, heart center. Straighten the front leg. Add your pull of the left hip back. Here's that lean forward, big stretch of the hamstring. Hands can stay at heart center, but you could also take them to your shin. Just keep in mind, strength right here. You're lengthening. Keep pulling the left hip back. With an inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Take a step to the top of your mat. Now we're going into our warrior two pose. Right foot is staying to the front. Left foot steps out. A little longer stance. Knee is coming right over. Right here, level your hips, fingertips reach. Feel your feet ground down into the mat. Option, look over your front fingertips. Here's your chance. Connect with your breath. When you inhale, think height through the top of your head. When you exhale, feel your feet sink deeper into your mat. One more full inhale. Full exhale. With the next inhale, flip your front hand, reverse your warrior, reach back. Check to see if you kept a bend in your front leg as you take the reach. Your options, maybe you like to look up. Another option is to look down your back leg. It is whichever one works best for you. Take your inhale, extended side angle. Let's start by bringing our forearm to our thigh. Take the back arm, let it reach, lengthen. So you're making a diagonal line, outer edge of the foot through your fingertips. Take the hand behind your head. Open your elbow towards the ceiling. Big stretch for the chest, front of the shoulder. Bottom arm is going down straight. Little more core. Engage the core. Front leg straightens. We're in a modified triangle right here. We're going to keep it elbow. And there comes the opening, lifting. With an inhale, bring yourself all the way up. We're going to take a horse pose, goddess pose in the center. Toes are going to face corners of your mat. Hands, heart center, slide down. Start bringing yourself all the way up. Here comes warrior two on the other side. Slide the right foot in. Left foot points out. Here comes your warrior two. Fingertips reaching side to side when you're ready. Shoulders relax. Gaze is over your front fingertips or straight ahead. Feel your full inhale, full exhale. Reverse your warrior, flip your front hand, reach back. Extended side angle. Bring your forearm to your thigh, back arm opens. Start here, settling into your pose. I want you to already start engaging through the core. Hand comes behind your head, big opening. There's elbow towards the ceiling as you open your chest. Bottom arm goes down straight. A little bit more core. Now get really strong here. Straighten the front leg. It is your triangle pose. Elbow towards the ceiling. Open your chest the best you can. With an inhale, bring yourself back up. Toes are to the corner. Here comes your goddess pose. Hands heart center. Slide down. Hold the pose right here. Check in with your breath as you hold the pose. Side to side lunging. Take it off to one side. Hands can stay at heart center, or you can use them side to side. Here, take side lunge off to one side, off to the other side. One more time on each side. Here comes slide off to the right, slide off to the left. Bring yourself to center, meet in your goddess pose one more time. Bring yourself all the way up. Take a big step to the top of your mat. Here comes a vinyasa. We're reaching up. Take an inhale. Forward fold wherever that is appropriate for you. Halfway lift. Feel your length right here. Bring your hands to your mat. Step back into your plank pose. Maybe you take baby steps to get there. You can also always use your knees if that feels best today. Check in with your breath. Downward dog, press your hips back. Lift your right leg, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open your hip. Bring the right leg down. We switch sides, three-legged dog on the other side. The leg goes up. We bend the knee, open the hip. Release the leg down. Bring yourself down to all fours. We're on our hands and knees. We're adding some crunches here. Take one leg out behind. Here's the balance first. Arm is out. Now we add our crunch. Bring your elbow to your knee. Little pause when you pull in. Extend it all the way out. Here comes your crunch. Bring it in. Extend it all the way out. Two more times. Crunch, pause. Extend it out. One more time. Bring it in. Extend it out. Hold it right here. Release your arm and leg. And now we take it to the other side. First, find your balance. Leg comes up, core engaged, arm goes out. And now you add elbow to knee, extend it out. Elbow to knee, extend it out. Two more. We crunch, we extend. One more time. Bring it in, extend it out, release it down, take a cow-cat child's pose, whatever works best for you. We will all meet downward dog when you're ready. From your downward dog, we step walk to the top of your mat. It's a halfway lift, lengthen. Forward fold. Reach all the way up to standing. Hands, heart center. We're taking our warrior one pose. One more time. Right foot to the front, left foot steps back. Warrior one, fingertips reach up. Clasp your hands behind your back. Lift your chest to the ceiling. Humble warrior, you bring yourself forward. Let your arms go up as long as it feels okay for you. Warrior one, release your hands, sweep your fingertips up, come back into your warrior one. Airplane arms, arms are by your side right here. Shift your weight, warrior three, Options, toes can stay down. Maybe you lift a little. Maybe you lift a little bit more. Take your pose where it is best for you today. Release the pose down, and we take it to the other side. Here comes warrior one. Left leg to the front, right foot steps back. Clasp your hands behind your back, lift your chest. So that's an inhale. Humble warrior. Exhale, bringing yourself forward. Settling into the pose where it works for you. Warrior one, bring yourself back up here. Airplane arms as we get ready for warrior three. Now you choose where you want to take it. You could stay on the ball of the foot. Maybe you bring yourself part way up. Maybe you lift a little bit. Maybe you lift a little bit more. It is wherever you want to take your pose today. With an inhale, bring yourself back up to standing. It will be a half vinyasa. Big inhale, reach up. Forward fold, wherever that works best for you. Give yourself a little release. Reset. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach all the way up to standing. Hands. Heart center. Here comes, we're gonna practice our tree pose. We're gonna be doing it 2 times on each side. So wherever you like to practice tree, I'm also going to toss in dancer's pose. So whichever foot you wanna start with, you're going to take your tree pose. Maybe the first time through you keep it smaller. Maybe you take it all the way up. Once you get your feet, you could take your arms up. Maybe you reach all the way up. We hold the tree pose. Bring your arms down. Now I'm going to take this into the first stage of dancer pose, which is basically a quadricep stretch. You reach towards a foot behind you, and we're going to hold it right here. So I just want you to get the first stage right here. Go ahead, release this side down, and then we take it. Tree pose on the other leg. So it would be wherever it works for you, taking your tree pose. Arms can stay high, they can go low, wherever you want to take your arms for your pose. Here comes the beginning. So here comes our hand to the foot behind us. Now, I like to take my hand to the inside of my ankle so my shoulder is really open, because the next time we go through, we go a little bit deeper. We're gonna hold it here a little bit longer. And then relax it down right here. Now we're gonna do tree pose and go a little deeper into both. So first, wherever you want to take your tree pose, this time I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher, but you choose where you want to take your tree. Once you have your legs, feel free to take your arms wherever they work for you today. Arms would come down. Now we're gonna take this a little bit deeper. That means I'm gonna clasp my foot. I'm gonna take my arm out in front. So I'm gonna start kicking my foot into my hand. So a little bit more opening. And I'm not bending further forward. I'm kicking my leg into my hand, deepening this stretch. And then go ahead. Release it down. We have the other side to go. You know what's coming. Here comes tree pose first. And again, you take it where it works for you. Once you have your legs, arms go wherever you want them. You can bring your arms down. Here comes that chance you could keep it smaller. This arm is out in front to help deepen the stretch. My hand is on my foot, ankle area, and then you kick the foot into your hand. That's how you get deeper into the pose. And then gently release it down right here. Give yourself a little shake. We're meeting at the top of the mat. We're getting ready to take it down to the floor. Hands at heart center. Take your inhale. Forward fold is an exhale. We're going to stay here a little bit longer. One extra breath. I want you to feel everything released right here. Make it feel good. Halfway lift, hands are in your shins, you lengthen. Bring your hands to your mat, step back into your plank. However you get there, remember you can always take all fours or you could take your plank on your knees. Downward dog, lift your hips, press back. And now we walk through to a seated position. Bring yourself through to a seated position. We're starting with Dandasana, which is staff pose, is a seated pose. Feet are out in front of you. Now, if you need to add a bend in your knees so you can sit up tall, do that. Hands are coming slightly behind your hips. We want you to roll your shoulders back. So we're sitting up tall. That means your core is engaged, and we're going to drop our chin to our chest. It's an active pose. Think about your quadriceps working. You feel your breath. With the next inhale, sweep your arms up. Take a big inhale, reach up. Your exhale is a forward fold. Now that's going to be wherever it works for you. I'm going to reach towards my toes, but you might prefer to take it to your shins, up by your knees, your thighs, wherever it works for you. It's when you exhale, you lengthen, you release, relax a little bit more into the pose. Now with your next inhale, bring yourself up and take your hands a little bit behind your hips. So I'm going to be taking this into, if you practice reverse plank, you can point your toes, roll your shoulders back, lift your hips. That's reverse plank. I'm going to bring my knees in, take it with my legs bent, and you're going to open up right here. So you're choosing which one fits your body best, and think, lift your hips. Remember to breathe. And then gently, hips come back and down to the floor. We're going back into Dandasana. We're going to repeat that one more time. Feet are in front of you. Hands are by your hips, a little behind. Roll your shoulders down. Drop your chin to your chest. So legs are active. With an inhale, reach your arms up. Here comes the length through the upper body. Exhale, forward fold. You're reaching maybe your shins, your ankles, wherever it works for you for your forward fold. Feel your inhale. As you exhale, soften, release a little bit more. With your next inhale, reach up, bring your hands behind your back. So I have my fingertips coming toward my hips because that works okay for me. You might feel better with your fingertips go to the side. Reverse plank, that's one option. If you want to take that, I'm bending my legs today, taking it with bent legs, but you choose. Reverse plank might be just perfect for you today too. Keep lifting the hips. We release our hips onto the floor. We're gonna add a boat pose right here. Fingertips can reach, your choice. Maybe you lift your legs, maybe you don't. Wherever you want to take your boat. You can also straighten the legs if that works for you today. Remember, we're using our core. Keep it in the core. Release your feet down. Take your bounding go butterfly pose. Here's that chance. Lean to the front. Give yourself a big stretch for the back side of your body. Start bringing yourself up. Now we're going to take it down to the mat so we can practice bridge. I am taking my block and my strap with me so I have it nearby because we'll be adding some stretching in there once we get there too. Legs come up. Carefully bring yourself all the way down on the mat, however you want to get there. Just do it safely. Once you're there, we're adding some bridges. We'll be going up and down. We're going to start with our arms by the side. Heels are underneath your knees, and then when you're ready, you add the lift of your hips. And think, shoot the tailbone away as you take the lift right here. Gently bring your hips down. Once your hips are down, we're going to reach our arms overhead. Now, as long as it doesn't bother your back, you're going to lift up into bridge. Now, if it bothers your back, I want you to take your arms either to the side or back where they work comfortably for you. But otherwise, you're going to keep the arms overhead. Lift your hips. Hold it here. Hips release back down. You can bring your arms by your side right here. This time when we lift up, arms are going to come underneath. You would lift your hips. Here comes arms walking under. And there comes your stretch right here. Release down. Now we're going to do one leg at a time for our bridge. Slide one leg out straight. And when you're ready, you're going to lift up and you're going to do a one-legged bridge here. So I just want you to feel the lift, the work in the back side on one side. Start releasing this side down. And now we take it to the other side. You're going to do a one-legged bridge on the other side. Once your leg is out, here comes press, lift, feel the work in your hip, and we hold it here. Start bringing your hip down. Windshield wiper legs here. A little break for your back. Take your knees off to one side. Knees off to the other side. Bring both your knees into your chest here. There's the hug in. Little circles on your low back if that feels good. We're gonna keep hugging one leg in. Here comes a twist, a little more release for your back. So we have one knee coming across, taking the twist here. Bring it to center. Both knees come in. Extend one leg out. Here comes your twist. Again, it's a release for your hip, your back. So make it feel good as you take it over to the side. Bring it back to center. Both your knees are coming into your chest right here. Bottoms of the feet are going towards the ceiling. So we're going to take this into a little legs up the wall. So this is going to be one option. If you want this to be more like an inversion, you would take your block, slide it underneath your hips. Now this is completely optional. It lifts your hips up a little higher. That's optional. Some of us like it, some of us don't. Some of us it's appropriate, and others it is not. We're going to start by stretching our toes towards the ceiling. So I want you to point your toes, let them touch the ceiling, and then pull your toes down so they're coming towards your forehead. We're going to do a couple of stretches here. Toes are going up towards the ceiling. There's the point. And now you pull your toes down. We'll do that one more time. Here's the point up. Here's the pull down. So you're checking, feet are flat. You're trying to keep them even. Now point your toes towards the ceiling, and I want you to spread your toes as far apart as you can. So you're taking the big toe away from all the others. Stretch your toes, stretch your toes, stretch your toes. And then you gently relax the toes, take some ankle circles in one direction. And now you take them in the opposite direction. Open your legs and make a V. Just feel the stretch as you open the legs. Maybe you point and flex the feet once they're there. Changes the feeling. So you might pull your toes back. Point your toes. Bring your toes back towards the ceiling. Now we're going to stay here for about 30 more seconds. You're going to choose where you want your legs. Maybe you have your feet pointed. You can also think about it being more relaxed as you hang out here. There is good chance to start softening the breath. Now you can start bending the knees. Feet are coming down to the floor. I want you to do this carefully when you take the block out, if you chose to use it. You're gonna let the hips come down. Take windshield wiper legs side to side one more time. Give yourself, be nice to yourself, do it gently. Bring both your knees into your chest. Here comes the stretch. Hug one leg in, the other leg goes out long. So now comes the hip stretch here. This is where we're going to grab our strap. You can take this strap around the bottom of the foot if you have a strap nearby. If you don't, it's our classic hamstring stretch. It's nice to toss in the strap now and then. It gives you a chance to level out the bottom of the foot and feel the stretch right here through the back of the leg. Remember softness. So if you're really straining, I want you to feel softness right here as you take the stretch. We start opening the leg to the outside. Try to keep your opposite hip down as you open. We bring the leg back up to the center. Take the leg across to the other side. Little outer hip, outer thigh stretch here. Bring the leg back to center. Both your knees are going to come into your chest. We're doing a little reset here. You can add your circles on your back. We're switching the leg that's staying in, the other one extends out. We hold it here. I want you to feel this stretch first. Feel the heel pressing away and down into the mat as you open your hips. Now you can take the strap around the bottom of the foot and take the bottom of the foot towards the ceiling. Use the strap to level up the foot. So if your foot likes to swivel in or out, use it to level it out. And then breath is softness. So if you're feeling a lot of strain, soften the breath, relax into the stretch. It'll be feel way better. Here comes the opening to the outside. Hold the strap in one hand, take the leg to the outside. Do the best you can to keep your hips level. Once you have your toes pointing towards your forehead, feel free to use the strap to bring the foot a little closer forward. Deepens this stretch, but remember, we're still keeping our hips level. Start bringing the leg back up to the center. You switch the hand holding the strap, it goes across your midline. Bring the leg back up to the center. You can set your strap to the side. Bring your knees in, give yourself a little hug right here. Little circles on your low back. One direction. Both your feet come down to the floor. It will be your figure four right here. It is ankle over. Your choice. You can keep it low. You can lift it up. This is wherever it feels best for you. Try to keep your low back, your sacrum connected to the mat as you take the figure four. Release this side down. We're going to take it to the other side. Figure four first. Once you have the leg set up, here comes bringing the leg up. Wherever that is for you, it could be high, it could be low. Then you start bringing the legs down here. You're going to keep the feet down on the floor. Take your arms out to the side. Let your knees go off to one side. I like to use a block, but you can do this without the block. I set the block between my knees. You might set it under, or you don't use the block at all. Bring your legs back to center. Here it goes off to the other side. Bring your legs back up to center right here. Knees are gonna come in. They can go towards your armpits. Take a happy baby right here. I want this to feel good. You could do a little side to side rocking. Now from here, we are getting ready to go into Shavasana. We're gonna spend about 5 minutes there. Bring yourself, if there's any other stretches that you feel like you need before Shavasana, feel free to take them. Otherwise, you're gonna take your feet out to the corners of your mat. You're gonna let your arms come by your side. If it bothers your low back to have your legs straight, please feel free to bend them or use a bolster pillows underneath your knees. Wiggle, let everything relax down into your mat right here. And now let your breath go. Take a big exhale, blow it all out, let everything relax down into the mat. As you settle down, scan your body, releasing tension wherever you're feeling it, from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Continue settling in, relaxing. Forehead relaxes. Eyes sink back. Relax your jaw. Let your tongue drop from the roof of your mouth to the center or the bottom. Feel your shoulder blades melt into your mat as your fingertips soften, relax. Hips relax, toes soften. Your body feels light, softness. Begin adding some movement in your fingers and your toes. Long stretch, arms reach overhead. toes reach away. Lengthen wherever it feels good for you. Knees start coming into your chest. Carefully take it off to one side. Take your time, reconnect with your breath here. Once you reconnect, bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. You can have a seat on your block. You might choose to kneel wherever it works for you. Meet with your hands, heart center. Here comes your inhale, reach your arms up. Hands, heart center here. Namaste.